What's happening, people? We are back. 12 man's back. Race for Europe is back. We've got Deji and Billy going to be jumping on very soon. Hopefully, Deji's flying out to Dublin, trying to get away from Tottenham Hotspur as quickly as possible. So he will try and jump on as best that he can. He was on last night getting a cooking, to be fair to him. And Billy's back in the UK, and he's joining us on Friday for a drink for Christmas. So that'll be good. So he's trying to deal with hotels, Wi-Fi's, and God knows what at the moment. So he's hoping to get on because obviously Villa on a bit of a roll. We've got LB in the house. We've got Wolfie. We've got Pete. We've got Charlie. We've got Errol. And you've got myself. Make sure you do me a favor. Hit the likes and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, we're on the road to the big 6. So make sure you're following every single one of these people as well who will put out brilliant content. And we have new merch. And I'm actually wearing some at the moment. Look at this sick design, people. How sick is that? Come on. Thierry Henry, for you gooners, get yourself on it. Links in the live chat and description. We've got new merch for the channel. I've wanted to do it for a while. Big up to Wolfie as well for helping me out with that, by the way, bruv. Because, do you know what? I'm not actually as good as tech as Wolfie. Wolfie is like the best at tech I know, so fair play.
Big up. You must not know a lot of people, then, Potts.
That's
it's
true,
a good
bruv.
job you didn't ask him to model it, Potts.
Well, I did ask him to model it, but he doesn't like Arsenal that much. So it's definitely. I think he prefers Arsenal to Spurs and Man United. I think, but it's close. So we'll see. But big up
I've
to
allowed my son
everyone
to support Arsenal, so I don't mind Arsenal.
Yeah, there you go. You don't mind Arsenal. It's just the Tottenham you can't stand. But we'll cook them later, I'm sure. Look, man, there's a lot of games this weekend. There's always a lot to discuss on this show. I think it's best to start at Stamford Bridge and then work our way around to some W's on the panel, other than Wolfie. Sorry, Wolfie. That's what I think.
And you, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. Well, we got to start with us, haven't we? Because me and Charlie, we both held a bit of an L, really. I don't think either of us can take a W from that, but, we'll talk about it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, people. Make sure you're following OK Jerseys. And Match Bingo using the code POTS is in the description as well. I'll start with Charlie because I wasn't really happy with our performance. I wasn't really happy with the result. I don't know if you were celebrating it like apparently some of the fans were. But it was a bit of a disappointing day at the office for both sides, really, I would say. I know a lot of people are bigging up Chelsea and saying they were outstanding and stuff, but I don't know. You were outstanding in terms of picking up the point and not losing the game, but I don't think it was a wonderful game of football to watch, if I'm honest. I think it was a little bit old school in terms of like the fight and the grit and desire. I think both teams are kicking shit out of each other, if I'm honest, for the first half in particular. But Caicedo decided he didn't want to win the game and just threw it away for you guys. So what did you make of it, Charlie, bruv?
I thought we played very well. Obviously, the red card does change the game. We're up against it. Then I thought at that point we might have folded, given how the previous games we've been down to 10 have gone with United and Brighton. But Maresca actually stuck to he's showed that he's learned from that, and we just stuck with the same system. He didn't take any attackers off. We didn't retreat into his shell or anything, and that was a big positive to see from the game. I thought you were poor. I have to be honest. I'm not saying that we were like outstanding, like unbelievable. I thought we were very good, but I thought Arsenal, like when we went down to 10, they put us to the sword. I really did. I was very disappointed from what I saw from them. An opportunity to play against 10 men for 50 odd minutes and to create next to no chances. I thought for me personally, if you want to win a Premier League, then you have to go and win games like that. You have to win games like that to get an extra 2 points on Man City. For me, I felt that was a big missed opportunity for Arsenal. But for us, I felt, we dug in, we showed fight, we played well. I just think the one thing for Chelsea is we just lack that tiny bit of quality in the final third to make a difference on a consistent enough basis. But look, for me, I'm pleased with how we played. I think this week, the Barcelona game and then the performance against you lot with the 10, there's a lot of positives to take forward. And I think more teams now, well, if they're not already, they should start respecting us and start taking us more seriously. A lot of people have been talking about, in the build-up, Arsenal going to roll over Chelsea. The gap between Arsenal and Chelsea is massive. Like the gap between Arsenal and Chelsea is not massive. It really isn't. The difference right now for me is the two centre backs. If you put Gabriel and Saliba, for me, in that Chelsea defence, we're arguably would be top of the table or we're 1 or 2 points back. I think for me, that's really the only difference is the fullbacks we got better. By the way, please no one ever say to me again that Jurrien Timber is better than Reece James. Don't be so disrespectful. The amount of shouts I was hearing from people saying that Timber was better than Reece James before the game. Don't bring that utter garbage to the table ever again when speaking about that, because he is so much better than Jurrien Timber. Timber, by the way, good player, but he's not on the Reece James level. So that was put to bed, done and dusted.
Did Reece James play at right back yesterday?
Doesn't need to play at right back, mate. He's better right back, better midfielder. He's better wherever he plays on the pitch, mate. He's even better than him sitting on the bench if you want to do that. He's better than Timber. It's not even a conversation. You know, that's the end of it. You know, anyone that thinks Timber's a better right back is, I'm sorry, they've lost it. They really have. But yeah, mate, I was disappointed to go away from that game with a draw. We needed to win that game. I remember on previous weeks I've said, look, because Wolfie loves to ask the question, are Chelsea in a title race? And I give him the same answer.
It's coming.
And I said a couple of weeks ago, if we beat Burnley and we beat Arsenal, then yes, we are. But the reality is right now, we're not. We're still 6 points back. If we'd won that game, I'd say, yeah, you know what, we are in it. We're 3 points back. But 6 points back is not a title race, in my opinion. Arsenal finished second last season, and they weren't once in the title race. They weren't once in a title race. There was no title race last season. So for me, we've done very well. We're playing some good football. But this week coming up is massive as well. Leeds away and Bournemouth away, and in a weird sort of way, these two games away at Leeds and away at Bournemouth are tougher games than Barca at home and Arsenal at home. These are the games that we're going to sort of really find
what's
out.
tougher than Barcelona and Arsenal? Say that again.
Leeds away and Bournemouth away. Like, not in terms of like quality of opposition, because no, it is not. I wouldn't expect you.
Bro was doing so well, Charlie. I was right in it.
You had me.
Hook, line, and sinker, Charlie. I was there with you.
No, it is though, bro. It is. I'll tell you why. Because we're going to make a load of changes for Leeds away, and then we'll probably make a load more changes for Bournemouth as well. You know, there's no easy games away from home in the Premier League. It's easy to get up for the big games, play to the occasion and whatnot under the lights and all that. But when you know you've got to go to these tough places and these things can be difficult. So look, I'm not saying we're going to not win those games. I'm just saying that for me, this last week was a massive week. This week is arguably bigger in terms of our potential title credentials. If we can go and win away at Leeds and win away at Bournemouth in the space of 2-3 days, then I expect Arsenal to drop points. Probably not against Brentford, but away at Villa, I expect them to drop. And we could be in a situation where maybe we're 4 points back, or we could even be 3 points back. So
you're kicking the can, is what you're saying? Like you've
I'm staying to what I said, and we're right now, mate. We're not in a title race. No, 6 points back is not a title.
So
race.
why are you contradicting yourself in your nice little monologue there?
No, mate.
No, you are.
I've stayed true to my whole thing.
No, you haven't. You haven't.
I said we'd be in a title race if we'd won them 2 games. We didn't beat Arsenal.
I'm talking about your monologue. I'm talking about your monologue just there. Where you said everyone now needs to respect Chelsea. Why do you want oppositions to respect Chelsea when you can't respect your own club yourself?
I don't care if they respect.
That's a proper straw, man. That's a proper leap.
How's that a leap? He wants us to respect Chelsea, yet he can't say Chelsea are in the title.
No, go on. I'll let Charlie.
I'm not telling you to respect me. I'm just saying that in general, there needs to be. I'm not saying you 4 or 5 as individuals. I'm just saying, in a general perspective, broad consensus around football, then there needs to be more respect put on this team. Because right now, not enough people are taking the team seriously. That's
you want us to respect a team that spent 2 billion that won't sit there and say they're in a title race, bro.
Because we're not in a title race.
Like, come on. Okay, so you want us to say you're not in a title race? Would that be respectful?
I don't care. What's the respect that you want, Charlie? You're saying you're not in a title race, but you're wanting us, not us, as a panel, but people to respect you. So what kind of respect do you actually want? What is it that you're just really quickly, I thought you were coming up with chest when you first started talking. I was like, I've not seen this all season from you. I'm like, yes, Charlie. And then
this is what they do, Pete. This is what the Chelsea fans do, bro. They give everyone shit.
It's like you built me up. And I'm like, yes, Charlie, you're there, man. And then you go, we're not in a title race. I'm going, Oh, okay.
I've maintained that all along. On the respect thing, I'm more mean about an acknowledgement that Chelsea are actually a decent team.
Like, wait a sec. Didn't everyone on this panel have you in the top 5?
Correct.
Yeah.
Top 3, I think most did. Top 4, top 3.
So this is the thing, yeah. These Chelsea fans have this sort of like victim mentality, yeah, where people have been putting Chelsea like mid-table, and everyone's been saying they're absolutely dog shit and that. Everyone's got Chelsea in the top 5. No one expects Chelsea to win the league. You don't expect Chelsea to win the league.
No.
So what's the conversation, man?
Thank you.
No, I just mean in terms of like the performances and whatnot, because before this game, right, I don't think hardly anyone was giving Chelsea any chances. All Arsenal are this unbelievable team. They've been building this for 6-7 years or whatever.
Nah, and that's a lie, bro.
No, well,
I guarantee you, yeah, if you went around this panel and said, could Chelsea beat Arsenal at the weekend before
I don't mean you lot, I just mean in general. I'm not specific.
But we're the ones that are here, Charlie. Talk to us.
You're telling me, yeah, that there was people that was giving Chelsea, like a lot of people giving Chelsea no chance.
Yeah, I would say so.
Not a lot of people. I think a lot of people would have said Arsenal will probably win the game, but would it surprise me if Chelsea won? No.
What I don't get, right, is, and it's not just Charlie, Don does this a lot. There's a lot of the Chelsea fans do this. Caicedo, put some respect. He's better than Rice. Timber, don't make me laugh. Reece James, we got this. They only got 2 centre-backs. Put the 2 centre-backs in half. We'll go win the league. You're going to go and win the league or beat us then? Oh, don't do that. Hang on. Calm down. We're not that good. Which one is it then? I don't quite get it. Like, for me, I think Chelsea are a good side. Chelsea are a good side.
I've never said we're going to win the league. We're not good enough to win the league right now. We don't have the quality in the final third, and we don't have enough quality in the centre back position.
Maybe you need to spend a bit more money, Charlie.
Well, mate, everyone spends. Well, it's not about the money. It's not about the spending of the money. It's the fact that we've obviously not spent the money in the positions that we needed to. But I don't think we're a million miles off. This to me proved that we're a lot closer than I think a lot of people perhaps thought. But it's just about getting those key positions over. But I thought we played very, very well. And to come away from that game as a Chelsea fan being disappointed that we didn't beat Arsenal when we had 10 men for 50 minutes, that for me is reflects well on us. Look, it's probably not a terrible point for you either, but I think for Arsenal, I think it's a big missed opportunity. If I'm being,
it's also a big missed opportunity for you, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, of course it is. Yeah, no, it's not a missed opportunity for us. Yeah, no, absolutely,
it's more of an opportunity miss for you because this is what we've been talking about with you, Charlie, on the panel for the last 2 weeks. It was all kind of boiling down to, can you keep winning? You beat Burnley last week, and it was a case of, right, this is it now. You're in a position where you're playing Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. You go and beat them. You close the gap, and then a serious conversation then needs to be asked. And you had it. You're playing well, okay? You sent a midfielder. He fucked up. He made a mistake.
Yeah.
He effectively lost the opportunity for you to win the game at that point. And I think that is more of a disappointment there than Arsenal not winning. Arsenal were coming to your gap. They were at your place. There was more emphasis on you to win that game than Arsenal. Arsenal are the ones in the lead. Arsenal are the ones already in pole position. They didn't have to go and win that game. They don't come back to you for the rest of the season now. They've done their job. They've come out of there without losing, with a point on the board. They're not massively in a position where teams are breathing down their necks. I don't see it as Arsenal being in such a bad position. I don't see it as a horrible result for Arsenal. I genuinely don't.
It's not a horrible result for them. I just think it was a poor performance from them. You can argue missed opportunity both ways. Like we needed to win that game, and obviously the red card gave us a big mountain to climb in terms of getting the 3 points. It's just the quality in the final third's not quite there. We had a couple of opportunities, but I mean, João Pedro in the first half, there was one point where, you're thinking, why did he not shoot? Like there was a good, I'm not saying he scores, but there's a shooting opportunity there. But despite the fact that I felt we had a better side pretty much throughout the whole game with 11 or with 10, we didn't create enough clear-cut chances, which is obviously difficult to do when you're a man down. and particularly when it's your best player that gets sent off as well. That obviously makes things a little bit harder. We've also not beaten Arsenal at Stamford Bridge since 2018, which is
that didn't matter
mad.
before the game, apparently.
Well, it does matter.
So now it matters. I hear
it. And look, the red card basically. I think I maintain that if the red card didn't happen, we win that game. I really do. I think we had Arsenal's number. But ultimately,
that's such a poor line of argument, Charlie.
No, we did.
Now I'll tell you why. Who took the lead?
We did.
Okay, so I haven't heard you once say you're disappointed that you didn't hold on after you had something to hold on to. It's not like you came from behind to get a draw. 10 men or not, I don't care. We just saw Everton last week take the lead and beat Man U 1-0. And yeah, you're gonna say Man U on Arsenal. I get that, but it's still the scenario is the same. Like at no stage have you sat here and said we should have, after taking the lead, got ourselves more organized, made sure we were stopping crosses from coming in and what have you. 10 men or not, it's harder to break down 10 men than 11 men. So once you've taken the lead, why didn't you lock them out?
Well, look. There's the one thing that we didn't do right defensively. We didn't stop the cross for the goal, and then okay, that's fine. Don't stop the cross. But then Fofana runs to the near post, anticipating that Marino run's going to go there, and he's just left with a free header. So there was one bit of defending for the goal, which wasn't good enough. But outside of that, I thought we did very, very well. We nullified their set piece threat. Same tactics we've done against Spurs. You leave three up. The box is not as congested. Sanchez was able to just come and collect all those set pieces pretty comfortably in the end. And yeah, look, of course, I'm disappointed not to win. It's a game we needed to win. But ultimately, for me, I think we can take a lot of positives from that game. And for me, you lot might not disagree, but might not agree. Sorry, but for me, I think that was a better result. I think Chelsea can take more from that game than Arsenal can. I know we both go away at a point, but in terms of moving forward,
what are you taking? That was different to before.
What am I taking? The fact that we've dug in, because when we went down to 10 men previously, away at Man United, at home to Brighton, we capitulated. The manager went negative with the subs. He effectively waved the white flag. He took all the attackers off, and we invited a load of pressure onto ourselves, and we just caved. And he's now shown that he's learnt from that, and he stuck to his guns. We stuck with it. Everyone knew their job. Tactically, we were switched on. That was a big improvement. So there's a lot for me to take away from that.
Conceded, bro.
No, Wolfie, I do hear what Charlie's saying, because they have. Yeah, I thought exactly the same, Charlie. I thought he'd learned from his mistakes, and the fact that you took the lead, the fact that you did take the game to Arsenal. You did take the game to them, even with 10 men. It kind of reminded me a little bit, although we didn't get the points, is what we did to Liverpool at St. James's. Is that even with 10 men, it was like, you know what, forget this, we're going to go for it, and we're going to take the game to you. And you did that. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of wasn't expecting it because of the other two games where you've gone down to 10 men. So from my perspective, I do hear what you're saying on that one for sure.
All I will say though, right, is and as much as I do think that Chelsea were good with 10 men, I thought Reece James was the best player on the pitch. Thought he was outstanding, right? But what I'll say is we're not happy. But Charlie doesn't look too devastated. And Don earlier, I thought they'd won the game 4-0, like the way he was going on. So I'm looking at it thinking Chelsea have lost Caicedo for 3 games. They were second and now they've gone down to third. And it's like, we're really happy. Like, I'd be disappointed if I was Chelsea. I'll be like,
with the result.
Arsenal were crap, and we still couldn't beat him at the Bridge, and we still haven't beaten Arteta in 5 years. Like, how have you not beaten Arteta like in 5 years at the Bridge? It's crazy.
We've got 2 trophies to your 1, so
Look, that's different. That's a different argument.
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
That's a different argument.
Don't get me wrong, bro. I hate not beating Arsenal.
Just remember, he said that, boys. Trophies are all that matter when we ask him about where they finish.
The facts that we've not been able, like the fact we used to beat you all the time in the Drogba days, and now, we've not beat you since.
That was an impressive Chelsea, Charlie. That's my point. Chelsea is not having João Pedro, Liam Delap, Garnacho, and Pedro Neto. That's not for me one that I look at and go, oh. Like, I'm disappointed, genuinely disappointed. I felt like it was a missed opportunity. Yeah, it was for Chelsea, but definitely for us to pull away. But actually now I sit there and think, yeah, I'm disappointed, but I'm still 5 clear and 6 clear and 7 clear of the others. I think it's
put it this way, right? Does anybody believe that Chelsea can win the league based off of what you've seen?
No.
Which is why it was probably like, it sounds weird, yeah, because obviously they had 10 men, right? But it probably was a worse result for them, because I feel like Chelsea, if they wanted to win the league, kind of needed to win that game. It's a bad result for Arsenal in the sense that they were playing against 10 men for 60 minutes and they probably should have won the game based off of that. But ultimately, they're still 5 clear. And, you know, they win the next couple of games. No one will remember this match. So, I don't know. For me, I seen a Chelsea team that was good. I thought they were really good. But it changes nothing from anything that I've said at all this season. And I don't think it changes anything from anybody. Everybody's, like I said at the start, everybody thought Chelsea was getting top 4, top 5 this season.
I agree.
But no one thought they would win the league. That means that you fundamentally, if you're getting Champions League football, but bro, just quickly, yeah, if you get Champions League football, fundamentally, you are a good team. So no one's like mad surprised that they've just played well against Arsenal. That's my point.
But Chelsea are a good team. This is what I mean. Chelsea actually they should be. They've spent a lot of money. They've got some good players. But I mean, for me, I think when it's like this prediction of 11v11, Chelsea would have won. I mean, they might have. Arsenal might have won. Like, if you look at it, I thought Sanchez definitely had a harder time than Raya did. I think David Raya made one save, which was going wide anyway for the goal from João Pedro's header, and then the corner they scored from it, which apparently Sky Sports believe is offside. Did anyone hear that? How's that offside, by the way?
We've had a debate on it with Maresca.
Is it actually offside? I don't really. Is it actually offside?
If you can define to me what offside means, then I can tell you if it was or not. Like,
yeah,
he was offside.
And I thought, how can it be offside from a corner though? I don't know,
because there was a header that flicked it on, so he was offside at the moment of the header. But then Maresca was holding him and all this shit. It's a bit reachy, if you ask me. But
yeah, I agree. I didn't really understand that when judges said it was offside. But either way, like I thought it was pretty. I didn't say this though. Can I say this? Go on.
If before a ball was kicked, even if you were offered the draw after the week you have had, I think you would have both taken it.
Oh, I said before the game I would have took a draw. Yeah.
Genuinely. So, regardless of the circumstance, regardless of a man being sent off, regardless of the man being sent off and all the rest of it, I genuinely think both of you would have probably taken the point after the week. No, but sometimes you compartmentalize parts of your season, and use having to go away to Burnley being a tough game, then go and play Barcelona at home, get your lads up for that game, perform well. The last thing you want to do is lose at home and kind of take the momentum out of what you have been doing for the previous couple of weeks. So to hold forth there and say, actually, no, we'll dig in. And again, the circumstances do go against us, but actually we'll still walk away with the result. I think, again, with hindsight, you'd have probably looked at them and said, yeah, you know what, we'll take the draw in that situation because we can fight again. And it doesn't really change too much. It just means that we need Arsenal to still lose a game somewhere, and we need to be able to close the gap at the next available opportunity. I think from an Arsenal perspective, you've got to look at it and think, again, it was probably a missed opportunity, but considering your record against Chelsea in recent years, if you have had a better record and you have done well when you went down to Stamford Bridge, you haven't really carried the fight to them. I think sometimes you look at it and think, okay, it's not necessarily a stumbling block for Arsenal, but what killed us off last season was the amount of draws. What you don't really want to do is fall into the trap of you start getting 3, 4, 5 draws under your belt. And that's the complacency thing.
You've only lost it, obviously yourselves, and then the rest of them have been these draws. And last season we had these draws. My only problem with the Arsenal thing before we move, because we'll touch on Arsenal very quickly, I don't know if you guys agree with this. There's been 4 games that have really had not so much pressure on them because obviously it's very early. But those 4 games, we haven't won any of them. And that is a big problem for me because the first one was Liverpool at Anfield. Yeah, we didn't have Saliba, we didn't have Saka, we didn't have Odegaard, all that kind of stuff. I can hear it. But we lost to a wonder goal from Szoboszlai, which, okay, they deserved to win because of that. But it was kind of a pressure game. It's like, make a statement against the champions. We couldn't do it. Then we have Manchester City, and we didn't even try to win. We just set up very defensively at home. We were called wimps and called all this under the sun. And the last minute kick of the game, we break LB's heart by going and equalising, right? Didn't really get the 3 points, yeah? Then you go to the Sunderland game. Now, I know people will say there's no pressure, but there kind of was because Liverpool and Manchester City played that weekend. We just got to win and sit back and chill. We can't win. So we haven't won again. And then this one is like, go and make a statement by going 9 points clear and 11 points clear of Liverpool. We can't do it. And that's my big question mark over this Arsenal side.
You did Newcastle, though, didn't you? You won St James's. Was that a pressure game?
We won at St James's, but I don't know if there was the same.
It wasn't a pressure game. There wasn't any benefit from it. There wasn't any benefit from it. Like, for example, all those games that you talked about, they could have made ground on teams that are in and around. Is that right? Is that what you
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Is I mean, it's hard to say there's pressure on them because it's so early, right? But I think you get what I mean. Like, it would have been more statement than like, wow, Arsenal are going to go and do something big now. But you can't win every single game. I get it. But I'm looking at the drop points this season and I'm thinking, was the mentality, was there pressure? And there kind of was in both. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to go win the league because I still think that we're great chance of doing so. And I think we're by far the best in the league right now. But that has got to continue. And this is in November, which means nothing. But it also gives a bit of an indication as to what we might be in March, April, when there's even more pressure. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking nonsense. Maybe I'm just...
No, you're not, mate. I think you got PTSD as well from seeing it happen before. That's the real issue with it as well in previous seasons. And I think that's the issue. Arsenal, I keep saying, need to gap Man City. Forget Chelsea. I mean, we're not wasting our time talking about them in the title race. But you got to gap Man City, and that's the key one. And I see it now that Man City won twice this weekend. I see the point gap as 2, and that's within one game because they've still got you at home. So that's the issue. I think Arsenal should and could have won that game, but I just don't think you played well enough. I don't think you played well enough. And I actually think the Arsenal fan that would be happiest with the point is Arteta. And that's been one of my biggest criticisms of him. It'd be too scared to lose that game to go out and win it, and we'll be happy to take the point. That's my worry for what it's going to be like in the running, where City are going to go into robot mode, and they've got that game in April against you. So I see it now as a 2-point gap when it could have been a lot more.
Well, it's our job to make sure it isn't a 2-point gap when we play you at the Etihad, LB. But is that how you feel, LB, or are you still not sure about Man City?
I'm like, I don't really know, man. It's kind of weird, because when I listen to Arsenal fans and that, Arsenal fans are like on cloud 9. They're all fucking buzzing, best team in the world, all that kind of shit, best players. Arteta's amazing, all this. So I'm hearing all this shit. Which, fair enough. Like, Arsenal are killing it right now. And then I'm like, watch my team, and I'm like, inconsistent, results are mad. We've got one guy that can score a goal. Pep's still doing a bit of a madness. Yeah, I'm sat here 5 points behind you. And I'm like, I'm nicely positioned, man. I'm fucking nicely positioned. And you both know it. You and Errol know that, like, I've been in this situation before. And I'm like, I'm pretty calm, you know what I mean? And like, we'll see, man. Like, for me, we'll see what happens in January as well, because obviously that can change things. I think City will go into the market and sign a couple of players, which I didn't think we was going to, but all the news coming out this week is that City are going to hit the market. So we'll see who we get in. But I'm pretty like
Anderson and Semenyo, apparently.
Nah, not Anderson. Not Anderson won't be in. That'll be the summer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, thanks for upsetting my subscriber base.
I can't believe how rattled they get. It's kind of right. I think Semenyo might be someone that we go for to give us a little bit.
Would you be happy with that? That's a good signing, I think.
I don't know, bro. Maybe a right. I just don't fucking know, mate.
That was proper dismissive. That was.
I just don't know, bro. The guy gets GA, fair play. He can run. He's fast. See what he's about.
I quite like him. I can't lie. But
yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like City are in like a decent position right now. I do. I feel like we're in a good position, man.
You didn't seem that chilled about it when you were 2-0 with Liverpool. That was Leeds, bro.
Leeds.
Well, would you? When you 2-0 up?
I don't know. You come in here all doing the chill thing, man. But we all saw you at the weekend.
Yeah, we won the game, bro.
I know you won the game, and remember, I'm the one saying you're gonna win it. I'm just saying you're acting a bit calmer than you really have been.
Yes, because we won the game. Had we drawn the game, I would not be sitting here being calm.
LB, you're not a little bit concerned, like, about if you do that sort of stuff against better sides, like throwing away 2-goal leads and then having to win games in the last minute? I know, like, it's not you can do it every so often, but like, is that a potential concern going forward?
I don't think I'm looking at Leeds thinking like that's a regular occurrence. I mean, how many times this season I've been 2-0 up? You know what I mean? And then threw it away. I've got other problems, bro. Other problems. Like my wingers still ain't scoring goals. Guardiola's fell off. Rodri's still not kicked a ball. Like, they're my other problems. They're my main problems. I'm not really worried about how the game went on Saturday. I think that was a wake-up call. We got away with it. But no, man, like I say, bro, I'm just seeing what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? City are so inconsistent, so crazy, but like, we got a tough game tomorrow away at Fulham. That's a tough place to go these days. So we'll see, man. But I feel like City are pretty well positioned. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I was speaking to my mate about this the other day. He was like, oh, yeah, like, what do you think about the league? And like, Arsenal are mint, aren't they? I'm like, yeah, but like, you know, when I'm looking at it, I think, have they gone too soon? Like, are they performing at the levels too soon? Because it's only like November. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're going in with that marathon mentality, though. That's where you're coming at it from. It's not a sprint.
Well, I'm also coming into it, Errol, with a sort of like, I've got to find something to like put Arsenal down in it. I can't just be sitting there saying, "Oh, the league's over, it's fucked." So I'm looking at it thinking.
Let me ask you it this way, then, LB. Right? Let me ask this way, and I think this is where my kind of viewpoint is changing, has changed in the last few weeks, right? If you're 5 points behind us, yeah, or even let's say you're 7 points behind us, like you could have been, right, whatever it be or was, sorry. If it's the 22-23 Manchester City, I'm shitting it. I'll be real, right? I'm like, that ain't enough. I'm kind of wondering whether this is the same Arsenal and the same Manchester City, though. And I don't know that it is, because we're not flinging on Rob Holding and Reece Nelson anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
And you're not got the Kevin De Bruyne's and the David Silvas and the Bernardos at top level, etc., whoever it was that you have no longer got. And that's kind of where I am hoping, I can't lie, that it is going to be that way. But look, I can never write off Pep and I can never write off Haaland because they're unreal, right? That's kind of where my mind's
that is right. But then that's probably where the transfer market will come into play in January.
Do you not think, though, that, like, how much better do you think Arsenal can get? Like, for me, I think there's more improvement for City to get better than there is more improvement for Arsenal to get better. I'm not sure how much better Arsenal can get than what they've been playing for this first 12, 13 games.
I said the same thing, bro, about 6 weeks
ago.
I
don't think there's that much more headroom for Arsenal to improve and play better. Whereas with City, I think there's a bit more than there is with Arsenal.
You think, Wolfie, you think the sort of like, you think Arsenal can get more better than City can?
No. I'm saying I think there is more headroom for Arsenal to improve, and in particular,
there might be
Gyökeres. When Gyökeres starts firing, he could light up. That's where I see their improvement and scoring more open play goals as they get chucked with, yet they're scoring open play goals. I do agree. I'm agreeing on both fronts. I think City have more margin to improve, but I don't think this is peak Arsenal yet. I don't think it's peak Arsenal.
Yeah, but I still think City have got a higher ceiling as a team.
Yeah, I agree.
At the moment, I still think they've got a higher ceiling overall.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
that's just because we've seen from City recent years.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We don't know what this peak Arsenal looks like yet. We're still waiting. What phase are we in now? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're still waiting
phases, man. No more phases.
Well, that's what it boils down to.
I do agree with what Charlie said in terms of, you know, can Arsenal? I think Arsenal can improve as well as Manchester City can improve.
No, I don't think Arsenal can't improve. I just don't think there's much room for improvement in that team.
And that's fair. Like, as in, we've got a little more margin. Man City can get a lot better. You'd like to think they can. I mean, the players have got to start scoring first. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally just relying on Haaland. That is it. Like, there's nobody else scoring. Foden's now got 3 goals this season.
Oh, hold on. Haaland didn't score at the weekend, to be fair to him.
Yeah, that's what they said. So Foden's got 3 goals now, so he's now their top scorer after Haaland. Well done, Phil. But I think when you've got the likes of Gyökeres to come back, obviously I'm not a huge fan of Havertz and Jesus, but they are our attackers. Odegaard's still got to come back to this team, and we need him to be the Odegaard of a couple of years ago. So I do think there is a little bit of a room in terms of our attack. I think defensively and in midfield we're set really.
That's the squad, though, Potts. That's what you were talking about a couple of years ago that you didn't have, which is why you weren't able to compete and finish the job, because the squad wasn't big enough. Saliba got injured, for example. You didn't have someone else of that same ability or even close to it to come in. You had Saka that was injured. You didn't have that ability to bring someone else in. You didn't have a striker when Havertz got injured. You've got that now. You've got that now. There is on the pitch in terms of the first 11, you might not be able to go up a level, but the squad and what they might be able to offer in certain games over the rest of the season may well still be able to make the difference and notch Arsenal up, not the first 11, but Arsenal as a team up a level in points wise to get the points that are enough to win the league. But it's a weird one because that's how I feel about Arsenal. I do feel there's another level to Arsenal, the football club, to go on and get more points than they would because of the squad. But equally, I agree with the boys at what they've said. I think, and I said it a few weeks ago. I said City are on a slow burner. City on a slow burner. They're getting better and better and better as we go along. Yeah, they're going to lose some games here and there, but they're going to win, in my opinion, the majority of them. And I think, LB, I think you've got a run now of games that I think you could really start to put some pressure on Arsenal. And I said it to you a couple of weeks ago, Potts, is that you need to make sure you got enough points in the bag and you're far enough ahead that if City do start asking the questions, you're still in the lead, because where you are right now, that is City territory. And you boys have already spoken about it. City can pull that back and go beyond.
Say though, like
about it.
Everyone's talking about how good Arsenal have been, right? And they have been very good. Yet it's only 5 points back to City. That's nothing. So I feel like, you know, I'm not saying not enough people are speaking about City, but I feel like, you know, there should maybe be a bit more. There should be a bit more of a conversation about them actually being like seriously there. Because for as good as Arsenal have been, it's not like they've gone like 7, 8, 9, 10 points ahead.
Yeah, I agree. And you would think that some of the Arsenal fans that's making out like 15 points clear. No, I get it. I hear that.
What I'm making, it's like
I'm with
Arsenal
you, Charlie.
Very good, but the way that some are obviously not you, Potts, but the way that some Arsenal fans are going on, you're right. You think that they're, you know, over 10 points ahead. They're not. It's
well, mate. I was close to believing, but we didn't beat Chelsea, so now I can't get my chest out like I promised everyone. So, you know, back to being toxic, I guess, again. Let me do these super chats and then I'll bring Errol in. Robertino says, "Hold that bird poop, Wolfie. They're going to come for you, man. We're going to come to Forest. Trust me." LB says, "Seriously, why do all Chelsea fans need validation?" Robertino says, "Big up Charlie Blue Cartel, bro. Cook those trophyless AFC bet for mile." What's this say? Bet for miles with inverted chest. Backline of 0 winners. You know, James Jurian Wasteman. Wow.
What does this bet 4 miles mean?
It's bait, like bait. Yeah.
Oh,
right. Okay.
Beta males.
Bait for me. Yeah, I'm still not really sure what that means.
Beta males.
Oh, okay. You gained more. You lost Caicedo for 3 games.
He gets arrested and get Andre Santos starting for 3 games.
Who's your next 3 games?
Leeds away, Bournemouth away, Everton home.
You'll slip up in those. You'll slip up in one of those.
We've also got Atalanta in the Champions League between Bournemouth and Everton.
Got lucky there, bruv.
They got They got Reece James. They're 3 wins.
Yeah, they Reece James.
But look, man, we're gonna move to Liverpool, because they did get a win, and Alexander Isak scored.
Give us a celebration, Errol.
Look at him, he's run away.
Look at this fraud. Turn your camera back on. Turn it back on.
Wow.
No, to be fair, I watched a little bit of the game. I thought West Ham were cool. They were a bit rough, weren't they, again? But you know, Liverpool did the job, man. And any confidence from this win, Errol, that you can take?
3 points on the board. That's it. Like, just take the 3 points and run. At one point this week, I definitely didn't think that we'd be leaving there with anything. If I'm being honest with you, again, a team that's very
before the game or during the game.
No, before the game. Sorry, before the game. Yeah, before the game. And this week, it was the team's low on confidence. We've needed to pick ourselves back up and go again. At the moment, I think some of the injuries have kind of hamstrung us, but at the same time, it's kind of forced Slot's hand a little bit. You've got to play Joe Gomez now. We've got to throw him into the squad, give us a little bit more defensive stability. You know, the fact that we was able to keep a clean sheet in his first game speaks volumes. I think we also have to look at it as well. Getting Florian Wirtz back into the game, dropping Mohamed Salah. That was a massive, massive call from Slot. But he's going to lose Salah in the next couple of weeks anyway. So obviously to AFCON. So with that being said, you think to yourself, actually, all right, then, yeah, there's some merit in doing it now, because if he's the one that can go and we can start to continue a little bit of form at this point, all of a sudden, yeah, I can live without him and I can start future planning for what the next 2 months look like, because I don't have to be so fixated on making sure Salah's worked into the team and he understands the nature of coming in and out. And then, of course, you know, the opportunities that we've been saying for months, they're the opportunities that you want to land at Alexander Isak's feet. Those moments where it's not really on and it's going to take an absolute special finish to find the back of the net. You can sit there and you can do it, but you know exactly what I'm on about. You can say, you know exactly what I'm on about. Those half a chances that he just makes look easy. It was nice to see. Yeah, first goal in the Prem. It's taken him a while. Do I think he's still anywhere close to being up to speed? No, I genuinely don't. But if he can do finishes like that while he's still 60-70%, you know, right now we're going to have to really find a way to work.
He's too good not to start scoring. I know I'm know where Pete's coming from. I totally hear it, right? And I'll be the same.
No, I get it.
But he is going to score goals. It's just a matter of like how fit he can get and how quickly. And I think Liverpool, that goes for Liverpool, not just him. I think Wirtz had a much better game from what I saw, and there was a lot more positives coming forward. But just quickly, Errol, are you looking at us, or right now are you just looking at let's just get ourselves sorted?
In terms of bro, I'm fixing my own house for the next couple of weeks.
That's what I'm getting at.
I'm fixing my own house. Like, you, man, can do your back and forth and all your arguing, all the rest of it. I just want to fix my own for the time being. Yes, mathematically and all the rest of it, you can say titles and all, whatever you want. We're still in it. We're still not necessarily in touching distance, but if Arsenal slip up, can Liverpool be in shape enough to then try and close the ground? I'm not really that arse right now. In the here and now, I want to make sure that we get out of the Champions League group phases. If we can do that without having to play the playoff, then I'm even happier. And I want us to start closing in. Now everybody else is taking the eye off Liverpool. I want us to just quietly start going about our business again, because unlike Charlie and unlike LB to an extent, I genuinely think if Liverpool in the next, between now and the middle of January, won every single game, people would be talking about them being straight back in that title race. Even if he was 4, 5, 6 points.
Who are you playing midweek, Errol?
We've got Sunderland at home, to be fair, which is going to be a tough game.
Home.
But it'll still be a tough game because I still think they'll bring it to us.
Can you not both lose, please? Fuck's sake, man.
How do you hate watch that one, Pete?
Good luck.
Is it on Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be hate watching. Yeah,
good luck.
You know what? You're 9 points behind us. Yeah, if that changed to like 7, would you then start to go, okay, now I'm chasing? Like, well, what my kind of question is, how many points do you have to be behind us to then think?
Well, it all depends. So this goes back to what I said from the start of the season, and this is kind of what Wolfie was saying before about LB's team. How I always said, I think this Liverpool team can click. It looked like for a long time, and it might still, the wheels might just completely fall off. But I thought at some point, this Liverpool team clicks. It's how far will we be from Arsenal before it clicks? If you're talking about 6 and 7 points and it clicking, and I can genuinely sit there with confidence saying, yeah, it's clicked, then of course, it's on for a title race and let the best man win. But if we get to a point where we get to 6 or 7, but Liverpool are still inconsistent and we're wobbling, and it doesn't look like it's absolutely clicked, then Liverpool again may have to settle for some level of European competition qualification. Like, get Champions League and then just make sure whatever form we can pick up the best of, try and convert that into Champions League and FA Cup this season, because it's still going to be a big mountain to climb to go and eclipse what you do and eclipse what City do this season, given the situation we've left ourselves in up till now. As people are saying in the chat, it's December.
Yeah,
it's December.
Errol, how much do you reckon? Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say, how much do you reckon this win has actually changed? Like against,
not a great deal.
Changed much. You seen any positives? Any like good positives from compared to like PSV, Forest, and whatnot? Anything positive?
They won a 6 pointer, Charlie. So
no, Alexander Isak scoring will do him the world of good. Florian Wirtz playing well and making a bit of a difference. His confidence coming back into the team will do good. I think more of these. I know it's difficult because you can say, look at some of the more experienced heads in the Salah and Van Dijk. They haven't been doing it to the highest level. You can argue that, I guess. But some of these new lads need to start showing why he was brought into the club. I'm not really asked about the price tag, but Liverpool's kind of had an ethos over the last 4 or 5 years that whoever will only go into the market if the people that we're bringing into that first team can actually raise the bar. Klopp used to say for years that there aren't that many other footballers in world football that we can attract and get that are actually a little bit better than what we've got. These players need to show that they have got the quality to be in and around this Liverpool squad and push this squad on further. So I'd love to start seeing more from them. Again, output's massive in that, but in terms of influencing games, that's huge for me. And then from there, if we can start to get the Slot can at least start to get more of a tune out of them post-January and the transfer window, you've got to look at it and think, okay, fair enough, what else can we do? Because right now, the board look like they're going to stick with him. So he's got to work his way out of this situation because he's the one that's ultimately left us with fucking up 6 people out of paddle.
I feel like you just need to get to 40 points, bro. That should be your target in the Premier League. I'm not even joking, and then focus on the Champions League. Like,
yeah,
just
but we're not
sure
going to do that. We're not going to do that, though. Let's be serious.
Yeah, but that's what you should do. You're not winning the league.
Why would we do
because
that?
You're not winning the league.
So
and I'm not sure
when's 40 points? When's 40 points ever got you Champions League football?
Why are you associating Champions League and 40 points, bro? I'm saying don't get relegated. Get Champions League by winning it. That's what I'm saying.
It's never guaranteed that we're going to win it. So
yeah, but
why would we not try and focus on why would the aim not be to be getting Champions League through our league finish as well as trying to win it the year that you're in the competition?
Let's be real, you're not gonna. I think you got a better
by your logic, we're just gonna go and win it.
No, I'm not saying you're gonna win it. I said that's what you should focus on doing.
Well, I'm focusing on 2 instead of just focusing on the 1.
Bro, this is the thing. You've still got these delusions that you might get back into a title race. You're not.
There was no delusion that I was getting back into it.
You said it a bit early. You were like, if it's 5-6 points, let the best man win and all that stuff. It's not going to get to 5-6 points.
Who says that? Who says that?
Me.
You. And have you read the script for the rest of the season? And you tell me how the rest of the season's going to unfold. Where are you going to finish? Where are you going to finish? When are you going to get your next win? When are you going to get your next win?
My last win was at Anfield, bro.
No, but you tell me. No, I'm not talking about your last win. I'm talking about your next win. Stop focusing on the past. Let's talk about the
okay, I've got Wolves midweek. Focus.
So Wolves, have you got them or are you winning against Wolves? What are we doing?
Wolves.
You were beating Wolves. Okay, so that's written in the script, guys. Remember that, okay? Right. Sam, all right, cool.
Why are you so rattled, bro? I'm genuinely saying. Get 40 points in the bag. Write this league season off because you
tell me the last. Can you tell me the last time we didn't get 40 points in the bag?
Oh, okay. So now you're doing the whole past thing.
I'm asking you a question.
You're the one talking about past now, but when I told you my last win, that was in the past.
So what are you basing us getting 40 points on this season?
How shit you've been.
How shit we've been. Okay.
Like, come on, man. You beat West Ham, bro. Let's not
am I sitting here gassing it up? Am I sitting?
West Ham went to your backyard and slapped you 3-0.
They didn't have Nuno.
Doesn't matter.
And what?
You 3-0.
Oh my god.
3-0, bro.
Of course,
bro. Check your mirrors, bro. Have some self-awareness. Don't start.
Bro, you check your mirrors. I'm looking ahead and I'm smelling your ass, man. You ain't that far ahead of me.
He got slapped by West Ham in his own backyard. What's going on here?
Bro, didn't you lose to Man U?
Yeah, this is not about me.
Okay, so check your own mirrors.
This guy, why can't I just have a genuine conversation?
It is a genuine conversation. You're taking what I said too literally. I'm saying get 40 points, don't get relegated, write the Premier League off, focus on the Champions League. I don't know why that's such a mad thing to have said.
Because it's kind of inflammatory, and like you talk about Liverpool Football Club going just get 40 points, lad. Like, who are you?
And that's genuinely
like
arrogance speaking.
It's not arrogant.
I've seen Liverpool finish 10th back in the day, man. I've seen Liverpool being crap.
But bro, you're not okay. All right, cool. You do you, innit?
Errol, you should have said that in the first interaction.
I know. All right. Let me rephrase it then, Errol. Would you take 40 points and winning the Champions League?
We all would.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. So it's not the craziest thing you've heard.
It's not necessarily the craziest thing I've heard, but you're saying I've got more chance of doing that. You said I've got more chance of doing that than getting in. The league's not the best right now.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
So I can be shit. I can be shit all season now, not have any form. All these players play shit, but you expect me to turn up in Europe and get a biggest game of the season.
Chelsea
didn't get 40 points, bro. Come on, what are we doing?
They did a few years back.
Yo, Errol, do you fancy a trophy this year for Liverpool?
Every year, got to.
No. Do you actually think you can win one?
I still think on their day, this team could probably beat anybody. Yeah, genuinely could. We're not that far removed from beating Real Madrid. Most people would recognise them as one of the best teams in the world. So whatever you say, Liverpool on their day can still turn up and do a job against any team and do them over. It just depends right now is whether Arne Slot has their buy-in enough for them to want to run through those brick walls, because that looks a little bit lacking for me sometimes. It's not always about the system and the formations and everything else. It's about the desire and the hunger. That I have to have questioned at times, I'll have to be honest. But if they can start to show the professionalism and start beating teams that, again, you look at, and no disrespect to some of the teams that are in this league because they're in the Premier League, but we look at it on paper and you say, Liverpool are favourites, Liverpool should win them games. Go out and win them. Go and perform like the better team. That's not a big ask.
If you were to say which trophy out of the three, so what you look at FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League, if you were saying what's the most realistic one that Liverpool are likely to win, which one would you say? I know obviously the FA Cup draw's not been done yet, but which one would you say is more likely for Liverpool this season?
You go with the FA Cup, surely.
Yeah, again, in terms of the ease of, but I still think there's a way that Liverpool can navigate themselves in the Champions League. The one thing where I get worried about the Champions League, and I'll be honest, is sometimes we've needed that extra energy and passion to carry us in certain games, and people can say it's all voodoo and all the rest of it, but it's an actual thing for us. Like, we believe it enough. So that level of being so deluded that we believe it makes it real in our realm of football sometimes when we deep it. I don't know if Slot really can invoke those kind of emotions out of these players and the ground and the people in the stands at this moment in time. Even last season we struggled to do it, you know what I mean? And I look back and think that's been our secret weapon sometimes. That our second leg at Anfield or getting that. Well, not even just Klopp. We've had it years before Klopp as well.
But you know, Klopp could do it, man.
Yeah, and he knew how to do it as well. Sometimes he knew he needed to tap into that as well to kind of give us that little bit extra. That's one thing that worries me. I think even if Slot was to turn the ship around and we started to show form again, those Champions League games, we need a little bit of that. But at the end of the day, I do have to say the FA Cup's probably the easiest one, or the one that's most realistic for us to win at this moment in time.
Interesting, man. Interesting. Look, there's a couple of supers here as well that I wanted to jump in about. Where are we? We've got here, says Wolfie's so good at trolling, but you lads take the bait.
Isn't trolling? That's a legit question.
What's happening here? I think.
No, do you know what it is? Yeah, like,
he says, I know I'm late.
No, do you know what it is with my man? No, do you know what it is with my man? Yeah. We'll all sit there and we'll all have a reasonable discussion for 20, 30 minutes. And you get thrown into having a reasonable discussion. And then out of nowhere, left field, he'll just come with something so triggering that it's like, Dad, you have no right to say that.
It's not my fault if I hold the mirror up to your face and you don't like what you see.
Don't listen to what anybody says. And you just go, hand grenade, boom, deal with that. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. Like, bro, life is hard enough without having to come on here at 8 o'clock every Monday and take this shit from you. And all fans, you get me, like, this used to be the race for Europe because we was all proud European clubs with heritage. He turned it to a circus.
Bro, I've got more heritage than some on this panel, bro. Don't bring heritage in Europe into it.
But not me either. Not me either.
Then you're level with me on the heritage.
You've got to respect.
Bro, I've completed Europe. You haven't.
LB and Potts went very quiet. Pete hit away.
Well, don't throw me in there. I've won a trophy unlike Potts.
Yeah, Potts has got no European heritage.
I've won plenty of trophies, mate. Plenty of trophies. European ones are overrated, I reckon.
Yeah.
Super chats. I know I'm late, but not sure if Chelsea are in a title race, but I think we can confirm that Forest are in a relegation battle. They look dead for 90 minutes. That's what we're going to come to now, because obviously Robert earlier was laughing that Bird Poop had beat Wolfie. Wolfie.
Seagulls.
Seagulls shat in the forest. Yeah.
Hey, Charlie been waiting to say that all weekend. He said that with Venom. He said that with Venom.
Didn't they shit in the lion's mouth as well? So.
That was class, to be fair. What happened, Wolfie? What happened, mate?
Well, firstly, I take issue with the title of this stream. Forest lose again. Bro, we were undefeated in 5. Where's the again bit coming from?
But well, I mean, it's just that you're still. I mean, look, can I just look at this table a sec? See where Forest are.
I want to look at the table.
16th for 12 points. Talking all this smoke.
Well, to be fair, Wolfie, I'm going to do you a favour on Wednesday night anyway. I'll keep Leeds down there. Don't worry about it, mate.
Thanks, Charlie. I hear it. You're all excited because you're feeding.
No, it's not about me. It's about you, bro. This is about Deitch and getting slapped up by the.
Oh wait, I thought Brighton were your feeder club.
You know, that's fine, mate. I'm pleased they won. No problem for me.
You're pleased they won. Well, you're used to it when they face you, aren't they? But anyway, no, they should. I'll be honest with you. They should have been 4-0 up in about 10 minutes.
Are you getting 40 points?
What?
Oh, that's a good point, Errol. That's a good point.
Say again, I didn't hear. 40.
Are you getting 40 points?
No, we're getting more than 40, bro.
Oh, more than 40. Okay, just so in that script again. What?
Just log that 56 minutes 15.
I'd be happy if you offered me 40 points and the Europa League trophy. I'd take it, bro. I wouldn't be offended by you asking me that question.
You take the trophy and go down.
Yeah.
No.
I actually want to know.
You don't take the trophy and go.
So you wouldn't play Champions League football in the Championship? Is that what you're saying?
Well, would that be in the Championship, which we wouldn't be?
No, would if you won the Europa League and got relegated? So you wouldn't want to play Champions League football?
Not in the Championship, no.
Oh.
So you're not playing
would you go down to the Championship?
I don't need to worry about going down to the Championship. It's not happening to me. It could happen to you.
Oh, you've been in those positions 3 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
For your title, race to 40 and all that. You know,
I was 12.
When
they should
go on this massive run, Wolfie, by the way, because obviously Forest need to go on this run because they're finishing 7th, you told us. So when is this run coming together? You're 9 points off of the Conference League place already. When does this get going? Because obviously they're finishing 7th.
It got going. What are you talking about, man? We won 2 in a row. We drew the one before when we got cheated out of it with United. Yesterday was an utter shit show. We got Wolves next. That should be a win. And I got Spurs coming up in.
It's Wolves at Molineux, mate.
Yeah.
Is that Rob Edwards' first game in charge at home?
No.
Could be a big one.
Crystal Palace was his first game in charge at home, which he lost. No, it wasn't. You sure?
Well, I wasn't say it wasn't. No, I'm pretty.
You just said no.
No, I said not no.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Okay, so come with some facts if you want to do some random.
No, I'm good, mate. I'll sit and listen to what you've got to say about your team.
Okay, man. Well, I'm not going to say much positive about yesterday because we were shit for the first half. They should have been 4-0 up. We actually then conceded donkey-style goal. Marato, I don't know. I want his passport checked. He ain't Brazilian. He really isn't. I don't know what he did for that second goal.
That was awful, man.
Bro, he not only fucks up the header, but then he back heels it into the path of the. I don't even know who scored. I was so disgusted by it. It was. Oh man, if I wasn't so scared of him, if I ever met him, I'd tell him he was a prick to his face. But he's a fucking unit, man. No, he can't play. That's actually Sean Dyche's fault because Murillo got injured in the Europa League game when we were comfortable 2-3-0 up, and he didn't take him off. He changed a load of players, and I don't know why he left him on. So if Murillo played that game, it would have been a different story. But that was a shocking first half performance. It was so bad. But we still created chances. Gibbs White missed a couple. He also cleared the stands as well. There's a few balls in the Trent. But he's been scoring lately. So the signs are positive. To be honest, I'm not really that bothered about yesterday in the greater context of things. I think we will climb this table. We got a few easy matches coming up. We'll win those.
What are the easy matches? Wolves and Spurs. Is it Wolves and Spurs?
Spurs. I think we got. I can't remember who's in between. Everton. The one I'm worried about is Fulham away. Fulham away is always a tough one. But yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be out.
Did you get from them 4?
Which 4?
The 4 you just named.
Should beat Wolves, but we could beat Dr. Forest. So 3. Spurs definitely 3. So that's 6. I think we lose to Fulham and either draw or beat Everton. So I think we're looking at 6 to 7 points.
6 to 7 points. It's not written down yet, like not in permanent ink.
It isn't got that.
Even with it, you can see it's an increase.
Hasn't got to the script.
I'm just wondering how he's writing the script down. Is it like game by game, or is he doing like after 5 games? There's a little iteration.
I give it to you like I give you the final chapter, bro, and I give you the overall thing that's happening. You know what I'm saying? You will get your 40 points, Errol. You don't need to worry about that.
A genuine question, actually. Why is your club record signing barely kicking a ball?
Bro, now you're triggering me. Like, that's pissing me off big time. Because every time he comes on, he's talking about Murray Hutchinson, by the way. He has absolutely balled out every time.
I always liked him, man. Always liked him.
You know what I like about him? He's direct. He'll take on a fullback. As soon as he cuts in, he's looking to cross the ball or shoot. He doesn't dilly-dally with his decision-making. And he changed the game against Leeds the other week when he came on. He looked good yesterday. As soon as he came on, he did more than that bum Ndoye did for the whole of the first half. And he's just not being started. Now, there was the initial beef with Nuno and Edu over him because he's an Edu signing. But I don't know why that's carried over to Postecoglou and then now to Dyche. I don't know what he's done to someone. But he's a really humble guy. Like, really nice guy as well. And he's just not getting played. And I think he needs to throw his toys out the pram. I think he's been too nice about the whole thing. If he doesn't start
ahead of him, though? Like, who's
starting ahead of him? He's a mobster, isn't he?
Ndoye,
yeah, Ndoye. And he's done nothing. The reason I think he plays Ndoye is because Dyche is a defensive manager, and Ndoye is one of those wingers who will track back and help with the defense and stuff. Yet he didn't track back yesterday. He got hooked at halftime. But yeah, no, Hutchinson needs to play. I rate that guy. I think we overpaid for him, but that doesn't take away from the quality he's got. And we still got Backward to come back. Chris Wood is on the mend. Douglas Luiz is still to come. Murillo's still out. So there's still loads that are coming in. I'm not worried. I mean, it's not the prettiest.
Are you still Dyche out?
I was never Dyche in. And I'm still not going to be Dyche in.
But you're still Dyche out.
I'm Forest in, mate. I'm not Dyche.
I
would sack Dyche tonight. Tomorrow. Huh?
That's the question we're asking. Are you Dyche out?
Yeah, I am Dyche out. I am Dyche out.
Okay. Dyche out, yeah. Fair fucks, man.
Like, I want Silver still. I'm Dyche in if the whole plan is keep him until the summer so Silver's contract's expired and we get him. That's fine.
You want Marco Silva? He's a good manager. I like
Marco Silva. He's the one I want.
But do you not think that this manager suits the players you've got?
I think he does.
No. I think any competent manager suits the players we've got. I actually think this squad is really good. Apart from McAtee, your boy McAtee has been shit, LB. I can't lie to you.
It needs a certain style of manager, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I think he suits him, man. I think it suits him.
Wolf, is McAtee playing?
That's what I'm saying. The squad is so deep.
Bro, you never hear anything about him.
Because he doesn't play, and when he plays, he shits the bed.
I can't lie, man. That McAtee was mad overrated, and overhyped, in my opinion. I thought that O'Reilly was excellent, and obviously he's balling out for City now, right? I watched him and that McAtee. Everyone was going on about McAtee. I was like, that O'Reilly looks much better than McAtee. And he was like 23 and still playing the reserves at Man City.
He should have gone to Germany, man.
Did you rate him?
He's not for me.
Yeah, I really like him. I think he's a really good player, but I think he should have gone to Germany. I think
he's just not. He doesn't look comfortable at the moment. Like, he was playing against Malmo midweek, and he took the corners. His first corner, he put straight out. Like, it didn't go past the goal. It hit the side netting. I'm surprised it didn't.
He needs to go play week in, week out, man. Like, when you're that young and that, well, he's not obviously that young anymore. When you're a young player, you need to be playing, man. And he's not playing.
What's his best position, though?
You know what I mean? Fucked it.
He can play cam or right wing. He's not going to get ahead of Gibbs White.
He is a good player, man. I think he's made some questionable decisions in his career, i.e. going back to Sheffield United for a second time when they got promoted. Because he's a player that wants the ball. So you go to Sheffield United in the Premier League that don't have the ball.
Yeah.
And then he's gone Forest, which he shouldn't have done. I think at that point, he should have gone.
He went out to Leverkusen, wasn't it? Him and his dad flew out.
Where else it was, but a couple of other German teams were interested.
Yeah, Frankfurt, I think, had a look at him as well.
Play week in, week out, man.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I thought your best player is Elliot Anderson. Sorry, Pete. I know, like, you love him and wanted to keep him that, but he is absolutely ridiculous.
And he'll be at City in the summer, mate.
Quite possibly. I'll be honest, Wolfie. I'll be surprised if Anderson stays beyond.
Yeah,
this.
I agree.
I think he goes in the summer. He doesn't go in January.
But do you think he goes before or after the World Cup?
Forest will want to sell him after every other team will try and buy him before.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Ben Jacobs been saying to me there's some like mad clauses in his contract, not like release clauses, but if X team that is a Champions League team comes in and Forest have not qualified for Europe, then he can go for X amount, which will be less than 100.
What price is that?
Huh?
What's the price then if you don't qualify for Europe?
That's what he hasn't clarified to me, but it's somewhere between like, he says higher than 50, but less than 100, closer to 50 though. So,
bro, that's a fucking steal, bro.
I feel like 65
60 million.
Yeah,
if you can get Anderson for 60 mil, bro,
that's a great signing.
You won't get him for 60.
I had heard it was about 60 million.
Well, you know what?
I said there's these clauses. If X equals Y and Y equals Z, and then there's a cherry on top of it. There is apparently some scenarios.
That's just pure copium,
man. I've never seen them baby blues so lit up in my life, man. What, you're getting excited over 60 million like it's your money, LB?
Because I think that's a steal. Because I think
it is his money. They carry on.
If you can get Anderson for 60 million quid, I think that's a steal. Because it's top.
Yeah, imagine if you got him for 13 mil. Pete.
13.
Yeah, 35.
To be fair to Pete, though, he did tell me about this guy a long time ago.
And I will say as well, the Newcastle fans are so respectful about Anderson. Like they treat him like, is their little kid kind of thing, and they love seeing him grow and develop.
We knew with Elliot Anderson that he was going to become a good player, like a top player. But
you was happy to play the feeder. You was happy to play the feeder club, bro.
He was never going to get in. He was never going to get into that current midfield with Joe Linton there. Like,
well, is he getting now?
And what did I say to you, Wolfie? With the day that you signed him when I came on your channel? We were talking about it, and I said he would have never done what he's doing now for Forest. He'd have never done that with Newcastle because he wouldn't have had the regular game time to be able to produce it. I said once he goes to Forest and when he signs for you and he starts playing for you, you are going to see how good he is.
Pete, do you reckon then? If he'd stayed, he's not getting these England caps that he's got now.
No, he wouldn't have because the pathway into our first team it would have denied him that because he wouldn't have got the regular football. That was the only thing that was missing. He needed regular football. That's why it was the best thing for him in his whole career to move. Would we have wanted him to go? Absolutely not. But PSR determined that was the case. We had to make a sale as quickly as it can. It was either Gordon or it was Anderson. And look, in that moment,
Gordon.
Well, that's in hindsight. But but in that moment, with the season that Anthony Gordon had, it was a no-brainer at that point that Anderson was to leave. Like it was. Like,
Pete, would he get into your team now?
I would have him in my team. Yeah.
Over Joe Linton.
Yeah, I mean, look, Joe Linton's been very good. He was good against Man City. He was very good again against Everton. But I've been a huge criticizer of Joe Linton for at least 8-9 months now because he's probably had his best game before these last two were probably the cup final when we beat Liverpool.
There's a question, Pete. Because obviously Joe Linton's like known as a bit of a brute. Obviously, he's a good footballer as well. Do you think almost Newcastle are outgrowing him?
Joe Linton?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're
evolving. We're evolving into a team that wants to play with the ball rather than just counter attack, all action, all press. That's what Eddie Howe's trying to evolve, and that's why. And I don't want to talk about Newcastle and such right now. That's why the emergence of Louis Miley on Saturday and his performance that shows us the direction that we're going because he is the opposite to that. He is a ball player. He's the one that can. That dictates the play. Elliot Anderson can do that role. He can play that role. That means we could shift Sandro Tonali out to an 8. He plays on the left side of an 8 for Italy. We could shift him out onto that left side. We could move Joe Linton on or move him as a squad player. You could put Elliot Anderson in that middle there. You've got Bruno on the right. But the problem is that the fees that you're talking about, Newcastle United ain't paying that.
And you haven't got a buyback clause that got confirmed.
No, but we weren't in a position to negotiate that. And Newcastle fans are getting mad because, why haven't we got a buyback clause? Why haven't we got this? We weren't in a position to negotiate that. We needed to make.
It's all a little bit.
Yeah, you needed quick cash.
The thing is, it's all a little bit like, hindsight-y, isn't it? Because you got rid of a couple of other players at the same time.
Well, we got rid of Minte, didn't we? Minte.
Yeah, I mean, he
again, it's fantastic.
Minte barely played for you, though, did he?
He never played for us. He never put shot.
This is my point.
We paid like 5 million for him, sent him on loan to Feyenoord, and then he had a brilliant season there, and then we sold him for 30+ million.
Yeah, but this is my point, Pete.
He never stepped foot. He never stepped foot.
He'd be better than Aldi as well.
Well, yeah. If you look at that now, and obviously we'll go back to Wolfie in a sec. But if you look at that now, like on right wing, would have had Minte, would have had Elliot Anderson in our midfield. Ideally, if it had all worked out, and they would have cost us combined 5 million.
You're not to know. This is the thing. How many of these academy PSR party players did we see get sold in that summer? You know what I'm saying? It's just by good probably recruitment from Forest, you guys being in a tight situation that it happened. If Anderson had come and shit the bed at Forest, no Geordies are there saying, why did we sell him? Why did we sell him? So it's just the luck of the draw.
Every Newcastle fan knows why he went. Like,
oh yeah, but look.
Yeah, but why didn't they sell a hotel?
With every fan base, you're always going to get some that go ask that question. Yeah. You get it with Chelsea, Forest, City, Arsenal, Liverpool. You get all the fan base. You get some banging the drum. Why did we let him go? This and because we do it with every player. We did it with Minte when he first left and he went to.
We're in that situation.
Yeah, what Newcastle fans said is, why didn't you just break PSR for him and keep him? Because you could have done that.
That's reasonable.
Because and this is the thing. Everyone was saying that. It's like break PSR. If we'd have broke PSR, it was well documented at the time, and it's been talked about now. We'd have had a 10-point deduction of points. That 10 points would have denied us Champions League football, and we got Champions League football the following season off the back of that, of losing those players. We got Champions League football and won a trophy, and that has been even more of a benefit to Newcastle United because that's kicked us on outside of off the pitch as well as on the pitch. So actually, that would have been hugely detrimental, and we wouldn't have been playing Champions League football this season, and we wouldn't have had the finances that came with that. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but bottom line is, how about this? Anderson gets into every single team in the Premier League.
What, start him?
Do you want a medal for that? You could still get relegated this season,
and
then he'll start for every single team in the Championship as well.
So could you.
Yeah, that's the clap back, isn't it?
I think he's top quality. Whether he gets into every team,
I mean, he gets every team.
Who doesn't he get into? Maybe.
I don't think he plays for Chelsea, if I'm honest. I think that midfield's quality. I think Newcastle's midfield is absolute quality. I don't think he'll get ahead of Zubimendi or Rice. I think he'd get ahead of, I don't know, Errol, Liverpool.
Right now, on current form, I'd give him that.
I didn't want to, because last season.
LB, would he start for City now? He would start for City.
I would. Yeah. I'd play him for City.
Yeah, he would. He'd 100%.
I'd play him next to Nico Gonzalez. Yeah, in the 8.
Yeah, he would. He's a baller, man. He is a baller. Errol, I know you got a bounce, bro. We're only literally going to do Newcastle and wrap. So, Errol, big up to you, my bro.
Yeah, I got a show now at 9:30.
You there Friday?
Love.
You're Friday, bro.
Come on.
Love, boys. LB, legend, man. Speak you soon.
See you, boys.
LB there Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he is. LB was always a bit unwell last time.
Him and Dan coming down on the train last time.
Yeah, they'll be there last night. Yeah, they'll be there. They'll be getting drunk as ever.
Hey,
we're doing some Christmas drinks, people. For those that are confused, we're doing some Christmas drinks on Friday for 12 man, and it got messy last time. So,
mate, do you ever find it funny how some people
every time?
Yeah,
every time. Yeah,
people in the chat generally think some of us we're not mates.
They do.
It's weird, isn't it?
Charlie, they would be right. They would be right, mate. When that shuffleboard gets going, shout out to Pete and Dan. No one else is offering.
Just say less of the team name there, please.
Yeah, we won't go into details.
We'll let you decide in the chat who the liabilities of the group are. We'll let you do so that you can just circulate some rumors in the chat. There's already got how drunk does LB get? Very drunk, to be fair to him. Very drunk. Yeah, we'll let you make up your minds about us all. But let's give Newcastle some prop, bruv, because I've been impressed. And Pete, me and LB said, just calm, bro. Couple of wins, it will all be good. And that's exactly what Newcastle have done. Newcastle in the last couple of games have really impressed me. Like against Manchester City, they really impressed me. And against Everton, they absolutely battered them. You obviously know I'm a fan of Shaw, I think, or Tior, as someone called him on TalkSport.
Chow.
Yeah, no, I know it's Chow, but I was laughing because I was driving and I said, it's a fantastic header from Tior. And I was like, who the hell is that?
Tior.
But yeah, and Livramento and Lewis Hall and all these guys, you've got a really good side. To be fair, you've always had a good 11. It's a bit about the injuries you have, mate. And I always felt like Newcastle would be there or thereabouts for Champions League, and I haven't changed my mind on that, even though, it was looking pretty bleak, obviously, with 13th, 14th. I think the summer affected you massively, if I'm honest. I don't think people underappreciate it, like what you went through in the summer. It was hell. And I think you've picked up now, Pete, and I think you're going to be all right, brother. I really do. I think you're going to be in the Champions League. But that's just my opinion. So what are you telling me, bruv?
Oh, well, I was in the way and watching that first time at the Hill Dickinson. Nice stadium, to be fair. But yeah, that stadium was kept very quiet after 50 something seconds. It was a fantastic performance, honestly. Way above and beyond what I was expecting from Newcastle United. Again, so happy to finally have our first away win of the season. Yeah, that's our first away win of the season. But funny enough, the last away win was against Leicester at home, and I was at that game as well. So get me to these aways, people. Get me to these aways. But no, it was a great performance, superb. And you've touched on some of those players that need to be highlighted. Malik Chow just continues to impress. The lad, when you don't think he can get any better, he just produces more and more every game. And we got laughed at by AC Milan when we paid 30 million for him in the summer. They were like, you've overpaid for him, this, that, and the other. Nah, we absolutely didn't, because he's probably worth double that now, in my opinion. And I know it's only been a short time, but he's been so good, to the point now where he's number one choice centre back, ahead of Sven Botman, ahead of Fabian Schär, ahead of Dan Burn. Like, he is number one on the team sheet. And that's how important he's become. But this turnaround, Potts, is not down to Malik Chow, because he's been there consistently playing well. This turnaround for me is Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento.
Yeah, I agree.
Cobham's finest, now St. James's Park's finest, because these boys have been absolutely sensational.
Oh, you're welcome, mate. They've had a very good football upbringing, the best.
Yeah, well, yeah, the upbringing from Eddie Howe, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But no, honestly, these boys are the real deal. They're proper, and they do it in different ways. The way that Tino Livramento locked down Jack Grealish, I remember saying to a few people in the crowd, and I said it on my channel as well, after 25 minutes, I've never seen after 25 minutes a left winger give up in a game. And Jack Grealish gave up. He literally gave up. Twice in the game, you could see on the sidelines, he's turning to David Moyes and he's doing this. He literally doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do, because he's meant to be marking Tino Livramento. He's underlapping, overlapping, making runs forward, and he can't keep toe with him in. He don't want to defend. And then when he's on one-to-one, Tino just got him locked down. I think he got one crossing that got put out for a corner. That's literally all he produced, and then got dragged partway through the second half. And I've never seen a player lock down someone as talented as Jack Grealish. Like, he's a good player, but he locked him down completely in that way. And Lewis Hall, Njai, who's a talented player, Hall's handled him well. But these guys are not just defensively good; they are runners. You watch it on Match of the Day and other programs. They're talking about, at times in the game, Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento are our furthest forward players. They're just bombing forward, trying to create attacks and moments, and as well as doing that defensive job. And look, we just look a completely different outfit, a proper outfit.
Pete, I tell you what, I remember must have been a few months back, Wolfie and Deji of the Dodgers not here to defend himself.
All the way around.
But we're cooking Voltamada saying that he's not going to score that many goals. I look at him; they were laughing at him. I remember a compilation video being put in the chat of some unsavory moments of Voltemada. It's not looking so funny now, is it?
Wait, hold on. Before you do your fake news,
there's no fake news. What part of that didn't happen?
Hold on. Deji was calling him Dusty and stuff, and I laughed at him because he looked like a porn star.
Right.
No, you questioned him as well on that show. People,
what did I do? I ain't seen much of him.
Once you watch that
clip was funny, man. That clip was funny.
You questioned him as well. So you have to hold that too.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. He's got one goal in how many games? Like, hasn't he gone dry for like 7 games or something?
No.
What?
In the league? When was his last goal before yesterday in the league?
He scored. He didn't score in the last 2 away games. Man City. So probably last 3 or 4 maybe.
Was Brighton away? The back heel, was that his last one?
How many has he got in the league? He's done all right, hasn't he?
I think he's got 5 in the league, and then in all comps he's got like 12 or something.
5 in the league's not bad, to be fair.
Fucking hell, man. Milenkovic has got 5. Like, what are we doing?
Milenkovic's not got 5 in the league, has he?
I don't know. He's got a couple.
This is what he does.
He got 5 in the league, mate. Milenkovic 5 in the league is centre back.
Marino, then. I don't know.
Just admit,
give it that bullshit.
Just admit, Wolfie, that you were wrong about Nick Voltemade.
What I'll admit, mate, is that dink took me back to FIFA 10. Do you remember the broken scoop lob with the crossbar instead of shoot? I haven't seen someone score like that for years, so I really did like that. That scoop lob.
Hey, your top scorer in the Prem this season, Morgan Gibbs-White 3.
Yeah, I wasn't talking Prem, I was talking all comps.
Well, he's definitely not got 5 in all comps.
Well, he would be second top goal scorer at Man City. But I would say your man of the match, the one you forgot to mention for me was Prickford, man. Like, he was man of the match for you lot, man. What was he doing? Seriously.
That second goal is games like that.
That second goal is the worst I've ever seen. Like, was he that much? Were you that much in his head?
He loses. You think this is the first time? You go back every time he's played against Newcastle, pretty much over the last 5 or 6 years. He loses his head against Newcastle constantly. Sometimes they've won matches and he loses his head anyway, and he just goes way over the top. But most of the time, he loses his head and he just makes mistakes because he gets too emotionally involved in that game. And we were winding him up from minute 1, and he could not handle it. And then once he'd let in that clanger for Mighty's goal, his head was gone. His head was gone. The fact that he did that, and then he was doing all this, and he was like a big smile on his face. He's doing all this, like laughing. It's like, it's embarrassing.
I really don't like it, man.
I'd be kicking off that he's like laughing it off.
I know he doesn't. I never lets England down and all that, but I just really don't like him, man. Like,
how
I call him Prickford.
Is Pope now fully dropped for Ramsdale? That's done.
I was going to ask this, man. How's Ramsdale doing?
So Ramsdale was in. Pope. Well, we were calling for Ramsdale to start after Marseille, but Pope apparently is injured. We don't know for sure, but injured, and gone for a scan, and they're assessing it today. Apparently, in the press conference, he said. But boy, there was a difference on Saturday. Aaron Ramsdale, I know some people say obviously his distribution isn't as good as David Raya, and probably not, but his distribution is significantly better than Nick Pope's, and it
ain't bad, man. It's decent.
We were able to play around the pitch defensively in defensive situations. It threw Everton's game off because Everton, I think, had the mindset that they thought Pope would play. So their mindset was press the goalkeeper, let them press them high, let them pass it back to Pope, and then we'll press Pope and make him make a mistake. They couldn't do it with Ramsdale. They tried it 3 or 4 times in the first half, and Ramsdale's just one touch, playing it out, lobbing it over the winger into the fullbacks, and we're off on the attack. They couldn't handle it. After that, they just stopped pressing because they knew it wasn't working, and that's just a noticeable difference in what we're watching an opposition team do against Newcastle United.
He'll do well for you, Pete. Trust me. He's like, I watched Ramsdale a lot for the last couple of years, and he got a hell of a lot of stick just because Raya was a better goalkeeper than him. He isn't a clown like some make out, mate. Trust me. I actually do think he's better than Nick Pope all round. I know Nick Pope has been a good shot stopper, but I think his time's done now, and I think Ramsdale is a good replacement. I really do. I actually think he'll be a good goalkeeper for you. I don't think he'll take you to next level, but he'll certainly be an improvement on Pope, in my opinion. He will make mistakes.
Well, this is the big question. We don't know. There's still links with Trafford.
As long as he plays well.
There's still links with Trafford, though.
What's the optional price again? What's the buy price?
I think it's, was it like 20 million, I think?
It's 20 million, is it? Oh, it's that much?
Yeah. It's around that. I don't know the actual price, but I think it's around the 20 million mark. Might be a bit less. I don't know.
He's not,
but it's around that. It's around that price. But bearing in mind, we've already given a 4 million loan fee. I imagine that would be part of the price. So it'd be probably be less than that all in, if that makes sense. And look, but the thing about it is, we're still being linked to James Trafford. Like we don't actually know what's going on. The only thing that we know that's a guarantee is that Pope has been given an extension, so his contract was meant to be out in the summer. Now it's gone for another 18 months. So we don't know whether that's because they see him seeing out that contract again for another 18 months, or whether it's just to hold his value to potentially sell him in the summer and then reinvest in a goalkeeper as a number one. We don't know. I mean, some Craig in the chat saying no to Trafford. We don't know. There could be another goalkeeper. We were looking at that Garcia that ended up going to Barcelona. I have no idea who's going to be our goalkeeper next season. I've got no idea. It could be any one of the three that I've just said, or none of them.
Trafford's so overrated, man.
Right now, for me, the priority is that Ramsdale played well. He was unlucky to concede a goal because I thought he played really, really well. Made a brilliant save from the corner coming in, where he got round Harvey Barnes and he made that save off the line. It was a brilliant save, and I just want to see more of that. I want to see his good distribution. I want to see him be able to progress us up the pitch, because with our fullbacks and with a progressive goalkeeper, we will be a better team. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to get Champions League or in the Champions League race, because I said 3 or 4 weeks ago that we're not. I'm not going to say that. I think if we put Spurs to the sword tomorrow at St. James's Park, and then we go and beat Burnley on Saturday, and we add those 6 points on, and we're up there maybe in the top 8, maybe it's a different conversation then, and we can have a more positive outlook on it. But I would say that seeing if we can keep this team as it is now fit. Wies's done a game, had a match behind closed doors tonight. It's been confirmed he's not going to AFCON. He's decided that he's not going to AFCON. So the squad's been announced and he's not in it, which is brilliant. So I'm hoping that he's going to be in the squad on Saturday against Burnley, or maybe the week after for the derby. If we can keep this squad together, playing the way we are right now, I think we'll be in that European conversation.
Wait, Pete, did you say you got Spurs next?
Yeah, Spurs home, but is it Spurs home, Burnley?
Are you away? I was hoping
two home games.
I'll tell you what, Pete, going into the derby, mate, those 2 games are easily 2 winnable games at home, right? Hopefully. Suddenly, having been 2 points away from the drop zone a couple of weeks ago, you could be shooting yourself right back up the table.
Well, you boys said it, to be fair. I wasn't confident, and you boys are ones.
I knew it, man. The squad's
too in a row.
Yeah,
Potts loves Newcastle.
Yeah, I'm a Newcastle fan. Trust me, apparently. So I just knew you would. I knew you would do it, man. You're going to beat Tottenham as well, because they are. We can't.
They're so dusty. Pete, if you don't beat Tottenham,
we've already beat them in the cup at home.
Yeah, but I need you to smash them.
I want this
just
to
put
go
4 past them, please.
Actually, no, Pete. Just
I want to see the Tottenham statement after the game.
No, Pete. I've got them in 2 weeks, Pete. Pete, I've got them in 2 weeks. Keep that fraud in there. 1-0. 1-0's fine.
Just the 2.
No, we're at home. It's annoying.
Just the 2-0.
They're shit. They're shit. Full stop. It don't matter where they play.
That is true.
They are the dustiest team right now. Like I said to Deji last night, that Lawless and West Ham even playing better than Tottenham. He didn't like it, but they are.
Tottenham the worst Premier League team in London right now?
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah,
easily, mate.
Current form. Yeah,
it was between them and Fulham just dusted them up. So
yeah,
let's be real.
West Ham better than Tottenham. Yeah,
I think they are right now.
Probably over the last 5 games they are. Yeah.
Like, let's be real, they are an absolute shambles. Like, I literally, me and Wolfie were texting each other like we're 6 minutes in and they're 2-0 down already.
I was going back from the game, pouring down rain and all this sort of my phone blowing up, just Wolfie just like laughing, like.
You know what's so funny, Pete? I said this to Potts. My brother was over and he's like, "All right, I'll stay here. We'll watch the Spurs game, right?" After 6 minutes, he's like, "Fuck this! I'm going home. I've got a router that needs to be fixed." Like, he would rather have gone to fix his router than watch his shitty team. Man.
That Spurs home record is so bad.
It's so good. It's so good, man.
It is awful.
That's where me and Charlie can actually join forces tonight and just laugh, because they give us so much shit, Arsenal and Chelsea, and they are absolutely embarrassing, man. They're such an embarrassing team. They really are.
But do you know what the funny thing is though? Like, the squad they've got is so average. Like, honestly.
Yeah. And they're so entitled, man. They're like, I think we should be finishing fourth and stuff. And I'm like,
and you got Deji going on about like, oh, you know, we should be doing better than this. It's like, hang on a second. What exactly should Spurs be doing? What should they be doing?
What is the point of them? I don't get them.
The point of them, Potts, is 6 points every season, and that's the point of them.
Yeah, for me as well.
It's hilarious, really. I mean, like, they are really genuinely.
The one thing about Spurs, I think they unite the other 19 Premier League teams. I don't know of another fan base that actually likes Spurs or has a soft spot. You know, every now and again you'll hear, "Oh, someone says."
No one likes Spurs.
I've never heard someone say they've got a soft spot for Spurs.
True.
Or like, Spurs are all right. Yeah, no one says that.
I agree with LB what he said last week about removing them from the top six. I think it's a cracking shout. Yeah, and I think
why are they in there? I don't get why they're in there. And the funniest thing was when they tried to join the European Super League. That was absolutely hilarious.
Stadium, isn't it? Maybe they wanted them in because they were going to host the games at the Spurs Stadium. Maybe that's why they were invited.
It's just hilarious, isn't it? Oh, we want to be.
It is all about that. Do you remember did you ever see their documentary when they had the Amazon thing? Yeah. The funniest thing I remember from that was I think it was it was in the COVID time, wasn't it? And they were talking to Levy and how they had to close the stadium down and everything and all this. And his first thought was, do we have to refund the season ticket holders their money? It's like, that's just their mentality, man. That's just their mentality. It's pathetic.
The stadium is called "To Dare Is To Do." I mean, what the hell is that?
What are they daring to do? They're daring to do fuck all.
Christ, they're daring to do a lot of fucking nothing.
I mean, you know it's bad when literally Deji has fled the country because of his team, man.
Man, he's done.
There's no defending it. Deji can talk a good talk. There's no defending the shit that his team's serving up.
Even Sabbath turning on Frank's on the sly.
But the thing is, though, like he's been poor and it's not been good enough. But I'll be honest, like the squad's bang average.
Yeah, I agree, Charlie.
I think you can have whatever manager you want. Look at all the managers Spurs have had over the years and how nothing actually has really changed at all in what they do.
But they are the European champions, Charlie, apparently. So, you have to respect them.
What result tomorrow then gets... I know you don't want it, Wolfie, but...
I want it, but I don't want it, Pete. You know what I'm saying?
If they lose by like 3 or 4, he's going to...
3 or 4, I'd agree, 3 or 4.
Yeah,
I don't think they sack him. I don't think they sack him
after a 3 or 4-0 defeat.
They won't sack him, but it will ramp up again.
Yeah, I think they'll probably give it like next game. I think he's got to lose a couple like badly to go to get sacked now, but I don't want him gone. I want him to stay. He's doing a great job as far as I'm concerned. So let's keep him.
But you know
there.
what the worst thing is, Potts? The next game that he's got is Brentford at home. So his former team is coming, and then I've got him. So it's like I've got bare minefields to miss out.
Mate, they could easily, honestly, they could get slapped up by Newcastle tomorrow, and then that game, Andrews against Frank, like that is that Spurs.
No, it's not Spurs. Even worse for them. Yeah.
So like you could see it now. Imagine they get beat by Newcastle, and then Brentford come to Spurs, beat them, and Frank's done.
No, I've got him after that. Literally the next game, man. Actually, no, they've got like some shitty Russian team in the Premier League
game in between. Yeah.
So if they lose those two and then they win that, then suddenly they get their fake hopium with the best team in the world. And
I think they've only beaten Burnley at home. By the way, they've lost every
this season. Yeah.
That's a shambles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Potts,
that was the first day of the season. They haven't won at home since the opening game of the season.
And let's not forget, and Craig Lee in the chat, he's just reminded us, Newcastle fan, Deji was winning the league after 3 games.
And that just sums up Tottenham.
Remember that.
They were third. Do you remember Sam would be like telling us, we've conceded the least amount of goals. We've scored just 1 less than Arsenal and all this. We're third in the league.
Imagine they sack him and bring back Big Ange.
You know what? There's a lot of Spurs fans that are taken back. How about this? Put a smile on all your faces. At this point last season, 13 games played, Ange had more points than Frank did. Ange had scored more goals than Frank did. And listen to this one. Ange had conceded less goals than Frank did. But Frank was coming in to sort out their defense, apparently, and get them, organized and back to basics. Make that one make sense. Only at Spurs.
This is actually a mad stat. Look at this one. This is a mad one.
That's true. That's true.
That's mental.
Wow. What the hell? Frank has won 2 home league games in the whole of 2025 across both teams. 330 days and 2 home leagues.
Right. Is that really right?
That's disgusting.
That is wild. That is wild if that's true.
It is true. It's 100% true.
1 for Spurs. Fucking hell.
And you know what's funny? I'll tell you what they've got left at home. So they got Brentford against his former club and Liverpool. So if they lose those 2, he's it.
Done. Yeah, he's done.
No, that's it. He's got no more 2025 games at home.
Right. Sorry.
That record will remain, basically. Yeah. Oh, my God. I hope that's just they are the gift that keep on giving, Tottenham Hotspur. They really are. It's beautiful. But look, let me do these supers and we'll get out of here, people. What have we got here? We have got LB says Anderson started following City on Instagram.
Oh, we're doing that, are we?
Yeah, and CM Punk started following me on Insta as well, so I'll be in the WWE.
Did he?
No,
he didn't.
Don't play with my emotions, man. He's my number 1.
Wolfie, you're shopping at Southgate Retreat Manager store, not the Silver Hot Name store, brother. It's Forest. Why would he downgrade? LOL.
All right, well, firstly, he used to work for Marinakis at Olympiakos, and he would be willing to come to Forest. Forest didn't want to pay the 14 mil, so thanks for the 4.99.
That's the answer you get. Big up, people. Make sure you do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. Make sure that you are following the sponsors of this channel, Match Bingo, and of course, OK Jerseys. And we have new merch. If you want a Thierry Henry mug like this one for Christmas, then please make sure you go to the link in the description and sort the. Do you know what? This is quite cool as well.
I knew it was coming out.
I've never had a mouse mat.
So you stream on desktop?
How cool is this, man? Yeah, no, laptop, bruv, laptop.
Oh, but you use a plug-in mouse or wireless mouse or whatever?
Wireless mouse, bruv.
Yeah, so you don't use the pad?
No, don't use.
But why do you look so shocked that he'd use a computer? What are you on, like your phone?
No, what I meant is using a desktop, not a laptop.
No, it's not a desktop, it's a laptop, bruv.
Yeah. I use a desktop. What's so crazy about that?
It existed, mate. I haven't seen a desktop computer in a long time.
Make sure you check out the merch store, though, people. It's on the homepage on YouTube, or you can click in the pin comment now and it will take you straight there. If you do know any Arsenal friends and family that want stuff for Christmas, then it's a great opportunity to get in there now. Big up to Wolfie, big up to Charlie, big up to Pete, and make sure that you're following, of course, LB and Errol as well. Take care, people. We'll see you next time. We're out of here, laters.